Hey, what's up, family? And welcome to Building Wealth Today TV. I'm thrilled to have you join us on this journey towards financial empowerment and independence. Whether you're just starting out or you've been on this path for a while, there's always something new to learn and explore. We're here to make building wealth accessible, engaging, and most importantly, actionable. I started this channel because I believe too many people are told to wait. Wait until you're older, until you have more experience, until you hit some invisible milestone, before you start building real wealth. This advice often leaves people feeling stuck and unsure of where to begin. But what if I told you that you don't have to wait? What if I told you that you can start right now, with what you have and where you are? The truth is, you don't need to wait for some perfect moment to start taking control of your financial future. The perfect moment is now. The resources you need are already within your reach. It's all about shifting your mindset and taking that first step, no matter how small it may seem. Every small step you take today can lead to significant progress over time. Today we're diving deep into a topic that could change your future forever: how rich people invest in themselves and keep growing their wealth. Because trust me, wealth isn't just about luck, it's about strategy, and it always starts with the investment you make in you. So grab your coffee, your notebook, and let's get into these 15 powerful habits. The first thing rich people understand is that time is their most valuable asset. They don't waste it trying to figure everything out on their own. Instead, they invest in the fast lane to success coaching and mentorship. Think about it. Even the best athletes in the world have coaches. Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Tom Brady. They all have coaches who help them refine their skills and reach their full potential. Now, you might be thinking, coaching is expensive. And yeah, it can be an investment, but here's the thing. The right coach or mentor can help you achieve your goals faster and avoid costly mistakes. They've already walked the path you're on, and they can provide invaluable insights and guidance. They've seen it all, they know the pitfalls, and they can help you navigate the challenges that inevitably arise. Let's look at some examples. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time, credits his mentor Benjamin Graham for much of his success. Oprah Winfrey, a media mogul, considered Maya Angelou a close friend and mentor. These relationships weren't just about money, they were about learning, growing, and having someone to guide them along the way. Remember, investing in yourself isn't always about spending money directly. Sometimes it's about investing your time, your humility, and your willingness to take action based on the advice you receive. Be open to learning from those who have already achieved what you aspire to achieve. You'll be surprised at how much faster you can progress with the right guidance. Now let's move on to the second habit of highly successful people. They read, and they read a lot. The average CEO reads over 50 books a year. That's almost a book a week. Why do they prioritize reading so much? Because they understand that knowledge is power, and reading is one of the most effective ways to acquire it. Think of your brain as a muscle. Just like any muscle, it needs regular exercise to grow stronger. Reading is like a workout for your brain. It challenges your thinking, exposes you to new ideas, and helps you develop a deeper understanding of the world around you. And it's not just about reading anything, it's about reading the right things. Successful people tend to gravitate towards books that can help them grow, whether it's in their business, their personal lives, or their understanding of the world. So, how do you choose the right books? Start by identifying areas where you want to improve or topics you're curious about. Look for books by respected authors, experts in their fields, or books that have been recommended by people you admire. You know, people always talk about IQ, right? Like it's the be-all and end-all of success. And don't get me wrong, intelligence is important, but honestly, in the real world, especially when it comes to building wealth, emotional intelligence, your EQ, is king. Think about it. You can be the smartest person in the room, know all the right formulas, have the killer business plan, but if you can't handle stress, if you crumble under pressure, if you can't read a room or connect with people, good luck turning that intelligence into actual dollars. The thing is, the world of money, investing, business, it's emotional, it's a roller coaster. And the people who truly thrive, they're not the ones freaking out every time the market dips. They're not letting their emotions control their decisions. They're the ones who can stay cool, calm, and collected when everyone else is losing their minds. They're the ones who can build strong relationships, inspire trust, and lead with empathy, even in the middle of chaos. That's EQ in action, and that's what separates the good from the great. You know, in the world of real estate, there's this saying, you make your money when you buy. Basically, it means the smarter you are about your initial investment, the more profitable you'll be down the line. And you know what? The same principle applies to your skill set. The more you invest in yourself, in constantly learning and evolving, the more valuable you become, and the more opportunities open up for you to make serious money. The thing is, the world is changing faster than ever. What worked yesterday might be obsolete tomorrow. The skills that got you to where you are today might not be enough to get you to where you want to go tomorrow. That's why the wealthiest, most successful people I know are obsessed with learning. They're constantly upgrading their skills, expanding their knowledge base, and staying ahead of the curve. They understand that complacency is the enemy of wealth. You know, I've met a lot of people who think that getting rich is all about luck, inheritance, or some magic formula. And while those things can play a role, the truth is, building wealth is more about understanding the rules of the game than getting lucky. Think about it. You wouldn't step onto a basketball court without knowing how to dribble, pass, or shoot, right? So why would you try to navigate the complex world of finance without understanding the fundamentals? That's where financial literacy comes in. It's about understanding the language of money, from basic budgeting and saving to more complex concepts like investing, taxes, and debt management. It's about taking control of your finances, making informed decisions, and ultimately building a secure and prosperous future. All right, let's talk about income streams. Now, most people, they rely on that one paycheck, that one job. And let me tell you, that is a scary place to be. Think about it. If you lose your job, you lose your income, your whole world gets flipped upside down. Rich people, they don't play that game. They understand that having multiple streams of income is like having financial airbags in a car crash. They're not putting all their eggs in one basket. Instead, they're building a diversified portfolio of income-generating assets. This could be anything from rental properties, dividends from stocks, businesses they own, royalties from books or music, even side hustles that bring in extra cash flow each month. Let's talk about a skill that so many people try to avoid: sales. Here's the truth: sales is everywhere. You're selling yourself in job interviews, you're selling your ideas in meetings, you're even selling your kids on eating their vegetables at the dinner table. Now, I know what you're thinking, Graham. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not pushy. I don't like rejection. Listen, I get it. But here's the thing: sales isn't about being pushy or aggressive. It's about communication, persuasion, and understanding the needs of others. Let's talk about the one resource that you can never get back: time. You can make more money, you can buy more stuff, but you can't create more time. And yet, most people treat their time like it's worthless. They waste it on distractions, scroll endlessly on social media, and say yes to every request that comes their way. Rich people, on the other hand, they understand that time is their most valuable asset. All right, let's talk about something that's absolutely critical for success, but often gets overlooked: your physical health. Look, you can have all the ambition in the world, but if you're running on 2 hours of sleep and a diet of Red Bull and pizza, you're not going to get very far. Rich people, they get this. They understand that their energy is their most valuable asset. They know that when they feel good physically, they think clearer, they make better decisions, they have the stamina to outwork the competition. It's like having a secret weapon that gives them an edge in every aspect of their life. So how do they do it? Well, it doesn't have to be complicated. We're not talking about becoming a bodybuilder or marathon runner here. It's about making sustainable choices that become part of your lifestyle. Think about it. If you had $1 million racehorse, would you feed it junk and make it stay up all night? No way. You'd give it the best food, the best training, and the best rest to make sure it performs at its peak. You need to treat yourself the same way. All right, let's talk about another crucial aspect of self-investment that often gets overlooked: sleep. I know. We live in a culture that glorifies the hustle, the grind, the "I'll sleep when I'm dead" mentality. But here's the truth: that's a recipe for burnout, not success. Pushing yourself to the limit without adequate rest is like driving your car with the engine redlining. Eventually, something's gotta give. Now let's talk about a topic that's often stigmatized but is absolutely crucial for success: mental health. Look, we talk a lot about building wealth, investing in real estate, and crushing it in business, but we rarely talk about the mental and emotional toll that comes with the pursuit of success. The truth is, building wealth can be incredibly stressful. You're dealing with constant pressure, high-stakes decisions, and the fear of failure. And if you're not careful, it can take a serious toll on your mental health. I've been there myself. When I was first starting out in real estate, I was working crazy hours, constantly worried about making rent, and facing rejection after rejection. It was tough, and there were definitely times when I felt burnt out, anxious, and overwhelmed. And here's the thing: ignoring those feelings doesn't make them go away. You hear it all the time: your network is your net worth. And let me tell you, it's not just some catchy phrase. It's the truth, plain and simple. Rich people understand that surrounding themselves with the right people is like investing in a high-growth stock. Think about it. Who you know opens doors to opportunities you wouldn't even hear about otherwise. It's about connecting with mentors who've been there, done that, and can guide you on your own journey. It's about collaborating with brilliant minds that push you to think bigger and bolder. Look, I'm not saying you need to rub shoulders with billionaires at exclusive galas, although that wouldn't hurt. Building a powerful network starts with being proactive. Attend industry events, join relevant online communities, and don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire. Remember, every connection is a chance to learn, grow, and expand your horizons. Ever heard the saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with"? Well, let me tell you, it's true, especially when it comes to building wealth. Rich people understand that their environment has a direct impact on their mindset, their habits, and ultimately, their success. Think about it. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, limited thinking, and a scarcity mindset, it's going to be an uphill battle to maintain your own positive outlook and ambitious goals. It's like trying to grow a garden in a desert. On the other hand, imagine being surrounded by driven, supportive, and inspiring individuals. People who challenge you to think bigger, celebrate your wins, and pick you up when you stumble. That kind of environment is like fertile ground for growth and abundance. Look, I'm not saying you need to cut off all your old friends and family, but it's crucial to be mindful of the energy you allow into your life. Choose your inner circle wisely. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, inspire you, and push you to be your best self. You know, in the game of wealth, you don't want to be just another player. You want to be the one holding all the properties, the one calling the shots. That's what branding yourself is all about. Rich people understand this. They don't just have a job title. They have a personal brand that makes them stand out from the crowd. Think about it. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Elon Musk? It's not just CEO of Tesla. It's innovation, disruption, the future. That's the power of a strong personal brand. Let's be real. We live in a world obsessed with consumption. We binge watch Netflix, scroll endlessly through social media, and constantly crave the next dopamine hit. But here's the thing. While consuming content can be entertaining, it won't make you wealthy. Rich people understand this. They know that true wealth comes from creation. They don't just watch YouTube videos. They create their own channels. They don't just read books. They write them. They don't just follow trends. They set them. Here's the truth. Wealth isn't about your current bank balance. It's about your daily habits. If you start investing in yourself today, the way rich people do, wealth won't just be a dream. It'll be your new reality. Mentorship, reading, selling, health, networks, skill stacking. drop in the comments. Which one of the 15 are you committing to starting this month? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who's ready to level up their life and finances. This is Building Wealth Today TV, and until next time, keep investing in the greatest asset you'll ever own, yourself.